What's up, guys? I'm so excited to finally start this channel. I've been wanting to do it for a long time and I'm finally getting around to it. So I'm going to be showing you guys some projects I work on, some bike stuff, maybe some leather stuff, just a lot of different random things that I like to work on and do. We have here is my 1968 BSA B44 Victor. It's a 441 single. I recently just replaced the primary chain and primary clutch. So that's hopefully good to go down. I put a gasket in that side. And I also, on this side, I was able to replace the clutch cable as well as the clutch cover gasket and the Kickstarter shaft because that was all bent up and out of place. So I like to work on and fix out vintage bikes, especially British bikes. I also have a B25 Starfire, the 250, that's at my storage unit, which I'll show you guys later on in the video. Here we have a 2014 OG Grom, the Honda Grom. It's a 125cc. I recently had to replace the exhaust valve. I had to lap and seat the new valve because it was all carboned up, and so it went bad on me, so I lost compression. K&N air filter, Yoshimura RS9 exhaust, Zeus Armor crash bars, little one-finger clutch. It's not an RSC clutch, but it's just a one-finger clutch from Amazon. Works pretty well. Here's my 1986 Kawasaki KX125. I've had this one for the longest, since I was about 12 years old. I've had this one. I've rebuilt it with an OEM bottom end crank. I have a Wiseco top end piston, rings. I've done it a couple times because one time I actually had these head bolts, or the head nuts here, I didn't tighten them down all the way, so my head gasket blew out and I was blowing coolant through the head gasket, and it was a bad time. But I learned from it. I'm going to hopefully be soon customizing it and building it into a street tracker. Going to try to get it street legalized so I can ride a 125 on the street here. Put some Shinko tires similar to the ones that are on my BSA here, the Shinko SR241s. They're trials type tires. I'm going to try to do that to my KX125. So somehow over the years, I've accumulated 3 KX500s, and I've loved two-strokes for a while, and I found one KX500 about 3 years ago in 1985, so it was before the Kips valve, which is the exhaust valve on the two-stroke. And then recently after that, I found a parts bike, and it was just a KX500 engine, 1986 KX500 engine. This here is my 1988 KX500 Supermoto that I built. So I got it as a Supermoto without the Warp 9 wheels though, so whoever had it put some Suzuki wheels on it, some mag wheels, but I was able to find someone on Facebook Marketplace actually that sold me this KX500 setup. They actually had these Warp 9 rims that were already laced to these KX500 hubs, so he sold his KX500 with his dirt setup, so he had these extra wheels laying around. Put the Cycra front guard on here, Supermoto a Cherubi, Acerbis, whatever how you say it, front fender, KX250F rear fender. I recovered the seat here with a Moto seat, full FMF exhaust. I got it street legal, so I was able to convert it to street. I have a battery, total loss battery system underneath my seat here, so I keep a battery underneath the air box. I'll probably go in more depth in future videos about that, but I was able to get this 30 watt draw 6-bar LED spotlight, cheap Amazon, eBay handguard. I haven't done much to the engine at all. I got it like this and it was running and riding when I got it. Although recently I was riding and 4th gear went out. So if any of you guys know a lot about the KX500s, let me know. Everything else works fine on it, but 4th gear for some reason it just revs up the engine. It feels like the clutch is slipping. So I need to tear it down, probably figure it out. I'm gonna rebalance the crank at the same time. This thing vibrates like crazy, and I've already noticed a few things. Like right here, I'm starting to get an exhaust crack just from vibration, and also right here, there's a crack in my radiator. So the radiator mount is totally not even there anymore. It is stupid fast, and try not to get tickets on it, but it's a lot of fun. So if anyone has these suggestions, any tips, pointers on how to make these things better for the street, which they're not meant to be, they're meant to be dirt bikes. So I know it's unconventional to have this thing, but it's so much fun to have this thing on the street. So yeah, let me guys know, and I'm going to be taking you over to the storage unit next, and I'll show you some of the other bikes that I have there that I'm working on, hopefully customizing and building it. Oh man, what a mess. I'm gonna offload my 125, put it in here. What do we have in here? The frame from a KX125 that came with a deal of random stuff. I have a Bridgestone Hurricane Scrambler 175, super old school. I'm gonna rebuild this guy as well, or get it running at least. Here's my other BSA I was talking about. This is the B250, the B25, it's the 250 Starfire BSA. I made a custom Cafe Racer seat for it there back in the day. This has been sitting here a while. Still runs and rides. I have a KX80 down here that I'm gonna try to maybe put my 1986 KX500 motor in. This is my 500 motor. Expansion chamber from a CR500 that I'm planning on cutting the head off of this and then mating it with the CR5 or the KX500 expansion chamber head that I have like right at the exhaust manifold. I'm gonna weld that on. This is racks of parts and random stuff from KX's. 1985 KX500. I put my own compression release in there, so that works pretty well. It's 85, so it has drum rear, no KIPS valve, so no exhaust valve here. Back here is gonna be my custom XR600 as well. I have a 1993 or 96 XR600 single. Right now it needs a new timing chain, cam chain. I got it non-running, so right now it needs something to do with the top end. So I have parts and bins and random crap. Maybe making a KX of death, as I call it, the KX500 motor. I might put inside, if it'll fit, I'm not sure, but putting it inside this KX80 frame and making this KX80 street legal and having a street legal 500 on a KX80. Not sure if it'll work. I was thinking about putting it in my 250 as well. So down under there is my 250 KX frame. I'm rebuilding that as well. So if you guys have any pointers, any tips, tricks, techniques, let me know. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos.